As we come to Revelation chapter 17 today, I hope by now that you've begun to realise that Revelation isn't some coded mystery giving a timetable for end times events, but is very much a letter written by John to the people of his day, in fact the people of every day since then, calling them to realise they're part of a much bigger story, a story that they are very much involved with and in, and a story that really matters. And John uses symbols to kind of draw out what he's trying to say. It's kind of like an abstract painting that draws us to a deeper, realer reality. And in chapter 17, we're introduced to the great harlot. So the great whore, it's a funny kind of image. What's John trying to say at this point? Well, if we look back through the Old Testament, we often find that the characters of cities are portrayed in this kind of same way, that cities end up acting like prostitutes. They kind of sell their wares for monetary value. Now, this isn't prostitution in the sense that we've seen many people forced into it against their will, but these are people who've... Prostitution in this sense is those who want to live on the luxurious lifestyles and are doing so by using other people to their own advantage. And that's really what's going on in this chapter. John is giving us a picture of how Rome operates. Rome seduces the nations, seduces the people. It sucks their wealth into itself so that it can live a lavish lifestyle. There's no love here. This is just pure greed, pure usage of another. And so what we've got as we come to these closing chapters in Revelation is a comparison between two women, a comparison, if you like, between two cities or two destinies. And so here we've got the great harlot. We've got the one who looks like she's living the dream, but actually is doing so at the cost of everybody else. There's no love here. And that harlot, that picture, is a picture of Rome. Rome as this great kingdom against God's plans. A kingdom that actually uses force and violence and manipulation to get its own way. Against that, we're later on going to see a picture of another woman, another beautiful bride prepared for her husband. This time it's all about love. It's not about taking, it's about giving. And we're going to come across another city as well. Not this time Babylon or Rome or whatever the imperial city is of the time, but the great heavenly Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. And the comparison John's making is really asking the question, so which woman will you fall for? Which city do you want to belong to? Which empire will you live in? And as we've seen already, the problem with the evil empires is that ultimately evil is destructive by its very nature. And these empires will self-destruct. They will fall in on themselves. Whereas the kingdom that God is building, it's a kingdom that will go on forever and ever, getting better and better and richer. So the question John's readers face is, so where do we belong? And just as a hint here, and although the people of God don't know it at the time, Rome did actually fall in on itself. In the 400s, the Roman Empire wasn't destroyed from without, but fell apart from within. Even Domitian, the great emperor, who was so cruel, who looked undefeatable, actually was assassinated. And when he died, the images of him were destroyed by the people, so glad were they to get rid of that awful emperor. So ultimately, John's message, I think, is this: God's kingdom, although looking frail and insignificant now, will endure forever. The kingdoms of this world, whether it's Babylon, Persia, Greece or Rome, look great, but they won't last. So whose kingdom do you want to be a part of? A temporary earthly one that lives the dream for a while, or God's eternal kingdom? I know which one I want to be part of. And you?